And, that was 8 years before Control was released. But that idea of, all right, I know we're going to have some kind of government organization that focuses on the paranormal. Like, that was part of the plan all along. And even some specific characters were there. So those sorts of connections are what I'm kind of more focused on. And I think that there's a lot of that to be found in the games. And some of it's very subtle, but at the same time, I really believe they are going to leave us a bunch of stuff that they will never answer. And
100%.
Sam Lake has said that he does have his own interpretation, his own clear vision of things, and it does fit together. But I don't think he's really interested in sharing that directly with anyone or confirming anyone else's theories.
Oil the mystery.
That was an interesting thing that Oh, you go ahead. You good?
I'll just finish my thought on it, because what I was realizing, I tend to overthink things anyway. Like, I just made an alien isolation video that was literally about overthinking. Basically, like, is my perception the problem in the first place? Of, can I experience something the right way if I'm always coming to it as me, kind of thing? And I felt like that was really the problem with me having large expectations for Alan Wake 2, and then being like, well, what is all this new stuff I have to figure out now? And realizing that, well, I mean, you're being strung along from game to game on purpose. It's very intentional. Like, they know how far they want to take you. They're going to drop you off, and they'll come back later, and they'll just keep kind of repeating it and iterating on it to the point where it's like, well, and there was a Signalis video, if you know that game, that survival horror game that came out. That's like I think the beauty of that game is that it is intentionally incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It has these theories that kind of overlap like a Venn diagram, where you're like, well, there's 70% of that is fleshed out and 70% of this kind of stream of thought. And I feel like Alan Wake 2 is doing that more than I imagined it would be, because I thought, no, there's just too many details that lean into each other, where I feel like they know at least something. So why isn't it on the page? And I'm kind of like, that may be why the thriller structure of these sort of mathematical equations where it seems like I won't spoil anything, but the New Game Plus ending wraps things up, I would say, a little too tidily.